Thank you so much for joining once again, and those who are joining us in a different timeline through replay or joining us on this session at a different time, slightly later. I want to say thank you for recognizing the calling in your heart, and thank you for taking action on the calling of your heart. And this is very important for all of us to return our awareness to us, to our own center, and recognize our communication with it and how we actually are coherent and are acting in alignment with what our heart communicates to us through impulses. In this instance, it was joining this session, but how many times do we do things automatically in our day without really taking time to acknowledge that this is me following the guidance of my heart. This is me acting in alignment with what my higher self, what with my body wants. Councils of light, they are inviting us to become more aware of what we do without even noticing. Not to create an egoic identity around this, but to strengthen our understanding how guided we are, how everything is fine with us. We are not wounded, we are not broken. Humanity is not a mess. And when we are on a daily basis noticing that we are taking care of our bodies because we are consuming food, we are hydrating ourselves, we're sleeping, we're resting, we are taking actions that are natural to us. We take so much for granted, but when we bring our awareness back to ourselves that we are the ones who are actually acting in alignment, it strengthens our solar plexus chakra. And for all the collective field of humanity, it is very important to bring our major chakras into balance. Not only individual chakras, but planetary chakras. And the collective field also has chakras. It also has the avatar, just like us. It has the body. And, excuse me. And when we begin to understand that it's us who are taking care of ourselves, it's us who are providing for our own needs, it's us who are able to hold ourselves through anything. It's us that is showing up for ourselves when our body is ill. It's us that shows up for us. So when we begin to see that we are acting in alignment, our solar plexus chakra releases contraction. And in the next moments, or in alternative timelines, when we're experiencing shifts or when there's some calibrations taking place in our field, we are not recognizing seeking for something outside of ourselves or seeking support and guidance from other beings as our initial instant response. We know that we can take care of that, we have it. And when we speak of higher self, when we speak of our heart, when we speak of different avatars, when we speak of our soul, it's all us. And what now, as I'm streaming this for you, I know and I feel that you are ready to unify with wholeness of you even more, and no longer co-create with, oh, this is my human, oh, this is my inner child, this is my unintegrated teenager, this is my soul somewhere there, this is my heart, this is my wonderful kundalini is being naughty. I'm joking. I like it too. I like making it fun. Well, the thing is, when we see ourselves through such fractalization, through such fragmentation, we actually support it. We direct our consciousness towards those spaces, those gaps in between, and therefore we amplify them. What is the difference between you and your soul? You are your soul. Your physical body is not really physical. It's your photons and electrons vibrating at a certain pace, rearranging a certain shape that gives us an experience of physical reality. But our body is an emanation of light of our soul. Everything that you see around yourself is actually emanation of your holographic reality. When we leave our body and when we vacate our body, we don't take questions with us. We take experiences with us. We take frequencies, energies, patterns. We do take emotions with us. We draw everything that we have gained, not what we wanted to gain, not what we were afraid to gain, or what we think we failed at gaining. We draw from the physical body data that we have experienced. And therefore, in different realities and alternative configurations of time-space continuums, that data is being processed and assessed, not judged, but assessed. And it's important for us to give ourselves encouragement on a daily basis that we are doing well, we have done so much. Yeah, well, maybe some actions we could have done better, but well, now we know. At least now we are aware that something in the past could have been handled better, and it shows the process of your evolution, how much you have matured, how much more loving you have become, and giving yourself credit. And when we fill our cup like that with our own self-love, our emotional body feels more relaxed and feels more at peace to let go of tension and resistance without causing any external drama, without what we call purging, without some, without drama. I like saying that because we get accustomed to intensity and we think that if we are not purging, that nothing happens. So, and when we wake up in a very good mood one day and we feel strong and empowered, we're like, universe, I'm ready for the next activation, bring it on. And the universe is looking at you thinking, all right, subtleness clearly doesn't excite you, doesn't tickle you so much. How about we just turn it on so you're like frying yourself there and feeling, yeah, this is real. And see how much intensity we have been carrying in our system and thinking that this is okay because we simply got accustomed to the intensity and how much intensity we have experienced in the past. And those references points are existing within us. So today, councils of light during the trance-channeling session, yes, they will come through and they will share the message. They will do many different things. They will take you through the process from your permission. They're incredible. They will assist you much more better than we can even think. But right now, they want us to know, but through me sharing this message with you, there are portals opening up in your emotional body. There are portals opening up in your consciousness. And your system feels this message is that it is safe to receive this message through me saying this. Also because you can relate to me and I can relate to you. And we all can relate to what I've shared. This is not because we are so familiar. This is because we are scanning the field, by me, I'm saying not me, myself, and I, but councils of light, scanning the field of collective consciousness. And this is common. But how much we feel alone when we are experiencing shifts or when we're experiencing those like purging or drama, when we're experiencing the intensity, we feel so alone and isolated. And we begin to tap into more streams of consciousness. Oh, no one can understand me. I can't share this with anyone. People will judge me, or this or that, or no one can understand it because I'm so advanced and no one knows me. You know, just so many jokes that we joke with ourselves. Like we do it, everyone does that. It's so funny because the collective avatar of humanity is packed with things like that. So the idea for individual transformation is always downloading our light, embodying it, and projecting it outwards. And if you are to see yourself as a tiny little particle of light, like a little cell in your body, how many cells in our physical body? It's impossible to count. They just like very mischievous little things. They multiply all the time. So there are infinity of them. And imagine yourself, your awareness as being only one cell. And when one cell restores its original blueprint and returns to wholeness, to unification, the alternative versions and parallel versions of it, they do the same. And then we always communicate to our field, because we're all part of oneness, what we have achieved, what we have gained, what we have experienced, we carry it in our auric field. And that's how we say, there is a saying something about addictiveness, that we get so addicted to things. But addictiveness is, and addictions is simply distortion of the pathway of communication, the bonding links in creation. That's the distorted version. But the real version, the organic version, the harmonized version is that my light amplifies your light amplifies my light. So that's how the energy flows, that's how consciousness works. And when you embody your light, when one cell embodies the light, eventually the entire body, entire organism embodies its own light and calibrates its own system, and to the point where there is no duality. There is no duality in consciousness, there is no diseases, there is no illnesses. And shifting away from duality does not mean fighting with entities and like punishing lower realms for being lower realms or for going in conflict with them. It's actually recognizing how to live with all of creation and how to raise your frequency above those realms and having no problem with those realms existing, because everything has to exist. If we are to look at creation as wholeness, and if we are for a moment to apply how many times you felt the presence of your higher self and you were thinking, oh, this is my higher self, or this is my soul, something separate, or this is my 12-dimensional avatar, this is something else. And we were feeling the separation between our human awareness and awareness of those supreme beings or supreme consciousness of our own. And we felt ourselves small. So if we are to duplicate this paradigm and see that intelligence of our higher self, what if it looks down at us and according to our little perception that we are unevolved beings, it judges us. It doesn't help anyone, or it judges us for doing stupid little things that we do and perceives us as lower dimensional beings because we act like one sometimes. This is simply a game. And I'm sharing this with you just to invite you to stop demonizing yourself and for your past, for your present. Stop being afraid that in the future we'll do something wrong, and stop judging creation for being whole. Without multidimensionality, wholeness would be less whole. And that's simply not possible. So we are creation and we are whole. And for now, I'm inviting you to take a slow inhale into your system. And give yourself time to relax. Please give yourself opportunity to feel your thoughts. Feel how your body is breathing. Become aware if the flow of your breath goes into your chest, if it goes into your belly, take a little bit of time to just notice how you are now, how your life, how your consciousness is moving through you, how it moves and orchestrates your breath, your heartbeat. I'm inviting you to notice the temperature of your body by feeling it. Are you feeling cold? Are you feeling hot? I'm inviting you to bring your awareness to your palms and to the very tips of your fingers. And I'm inviting you to place your hands in a prayer position by connecting fingertips of right and left hand and feel the palms connecting to each other. And in this moment, I'm inviting you to say out loud or just within yourself, I give myself full permission to receive what is truly serving my highest expression, my ascension, embodiment. I am whole, I am complete, and I am opening up pathways in my system for the light of my soul and intelligence of my higher self to fly into my body now and fill up every cell of my body and every atom of my consciousness with my own divinity. Take a slow inhale. And as you're exhaling, feel how your system is feeling now. Please bring your awareness to your body and bring your awareness to your energy body. I'm inviting you to see your chakra column igniting at once. See your root chakra, your sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, crown chakras, igniting at the same time, revealing to you themselves, revealing to your human awareness, to your inner gaze, portals into your inner dimensions of your consciousness. And as it is, for now, take a moment to scan. Look, if one chakra is shining brighter than another, if one chakra is spinning clockwise, faster than another or slower, whatever you're noticing, please remain non-judgmental and non-attached to what you see. This is a simple exercise of witnessing the gateways into your dimensions and how they look like. We often use our chakras by simply seeing them, connecting to them, and traveling through them. But what if we are to see the dimensions of our consciousness and how they are correlated, how they are communicating with each other? And if you are noticing that one chakra or many chakras are vibrating and spinning clockwise faster than others, take a slow inhale and direct the light from the chakra that is spinning clockwise faster than another, to the slower vibrating chakras, and see how the healing medicine of love adjusts the pace and calibrates the pace of your chakra system, bringing it to the balance. Maybe you are experiencing emotions arising. Maybe you are noticing thoughts. Maybe you are observing and feeling shifts in how your body feels. All is well. Please bring your awareness to your heart space. Connect to your beautiful, loving heart. And I'm inviting you to see your heart turning into one unified field that is inviting your human awareness to come on a journey of softening, relaxing, witnessing, feeling, receiving love, experiencing it as God intends you to do. And it's the source that you can definitely trust. Breathe and feel what you are feeling. And then please bring your awareness to your mind, to your mental field, and see how you perceive your mental field now. By you observing your mind and connecting to your mind, you are bringing the frequencies from your heart into your mental field. So your mind is recognizing the message that it is safe to relax. It is safe to be relaxed. It is safe to be. Please bring your awareness to your energetic womb or your physical womb. And observe however your energetic womb reveals itself to your human awareness. Breathe in and out. And allow the light substance of source from your heart field to fill up the space between spaces in your womb. I'm inviting you to see how your womb space breathes, inhales, exhales. It's important to feel how this energetic organ, this energetic center, is breathing, receiving life, receiving love, exhaling love. As all that you see is your own field, nothing external. Just bringing to balance energy centers in your body right now, in your being. I'm inviting you out loud or within yourself to give yourself full permission to access abundance and fertility of your energetic womb. Observe what is coming up. And please know that your hormonal system, the blood alchemy, your quantum multidimensional fertile eggs, beyond gender, are now receiving your love, your awareness. It is safe to love. It is safe to be. It is safe to create. It is safe to express and extend yourself into the field of creation with love, joy, and all the resources of infinite universe at your disposal, celebrating you, inspiring you, and witnessing you in your vitality. Please bring your awareness back to your heart and then back to your body. And for the duration of the session with Councils of Light, I'm inviting you to feel, receive, and have fun. And here we are with you now. We are the Council of Light from Sirius B. We speak to you as one unified field representing intelligence, consciousness, and unified unconditional love of the seven-dimensional plane of existence, of reality. There are many planes of reality that you have already discovered, and many are to come. Many of discoveries of yours are to come, dear ones. We are inviting you to perceive this experience as simply a discovery of your inner dimensions of your being. We have guided this beautiful vessel that we speak through to take you through the process of bringing your awareness on a little adventure of redirecting, redistributing your inner light to potent energetic centers of your system, as it is important for you, dear ones, to feel what you are experiencing, not what you think you are experiencing. And in this session, we are inviting you to contemplate and think of acknowledging and receiving the opportunity in your mental field that your being is coherent and aligned, synchronized. And how does it make you feel? What if you are not to solve any issues and there's nothing to balance out, there is nothing to clear out from your system? How would it make you feel? What if you are not afraid of anything at all? What if you are? Oh, what if you are happy? Some of you may notice that taking time to feeling this, envisioning this, and even thinking of this may Reveal the inner boredom of your being, dear souls. And this boredom is a little maze or a playground that you fill up with toys. You fill up with objects and energetic structures. Then you invite other beings to play with you, to entertain you, as the boredom directs the play to be engaging, the game to be fun and exciting, filled up with different scenarios so you don't get bored. And then creating different levels of this game. Graduations from one level of awareness to another. And taking credits for assessments that you create, filling up the playground with rules, with structures, and then inviting other participants to contribute their rules and structures until the playground becomes full, not very spacious, but very full. And such tension, such clutter, such contraction creates this ease, dear souls. And in this session of contact, we are inviting you to look at your creations of the past and simply see how some dynamics have been created simply out of boredom. Some experiences have been infused with this template of complications simply because what else is there to do? How about just being? How about feeling your experience? How about feeling your experience outside of your social norms, outside of expectations of others, outside of expectations of your own, outside of projections, and outside of everything, but within, inside of yourself? And just like that, we have shared with you the entire point of creation of duality and how to step out of it. This is not the end of the session, otherwise it would be a very short experience for you. And some levels of your consciousness would not feel complete and fulfilled. We are sharing this with you to see how sometimes the intensity you misidentify as richness. However, richness can be experienced within 1 second if you are fully present to it. If you are not busy, if you are not bored, if you are not dealing with the shadows, problems, or scarcity, all of these creations can be put aside in the playground as the one who plays. The player has matured, and the old toys are no longer fun and exciting. They are boring. Unless you are still feeling the excitement in your system to play with the old toys. But if you are, dear souls, Then let go of the concept that you are running out of time, or you are wasting time, or your time being wasted by someone else. Whatever you do has to be done with acceptance and honoring your own choice, with no judgment, dear souls. We know that what we share with you in some form may challenge your human awareness, push it outside of the box that it has been placed out of boredom, and expand, stretch out the capacity to fill up and permeate more space around it and more space within it. This is not the cryptic way we are speaking to you. This is the way your human intelligence is receiving this frequency, this information that has to be verbalized, phrased, and expressed to you in such configuration to activate neurological pathways in your brain, in the cellular structure, subatomic structure of your physical being. The mind, dear souls, is less physical than you think, but your perception is what creates tangibility, is what creates structure, is what frames the energy into density. So your perception is what makes you physical or non-physical. And we are now taking you on a journey of releasing the previous perceptions, of right or wrong in relation to your past. Before we take it to the next level, it is easier to make peace with self, but it is much harder, you may say, to make peace with others. And this is where your spiritual maturity, where your strength is to be applied by you. We are guiding you. We are giving you tools and pathways so in your own time you can practice this and no longer rely on external help or on external assistance, but knowing that it is always there, but relying and shifting the responsibility to entire field of creation is a very disempowerment paradigm that humanity has been living in. We are inviting you to look at how many structures human consciousness has created to keep self entertained, and see structures what you perceive as control, your political structures. We perceive them in a different way. And yet we love watching and observing your perception of it. Very different though. We are inviting you to see the different structures, such as military structures that you create for defending. And what if you are to see the health institutions as structures? Whatever their intention, whatever the original vision for these structures has been. The overlays of perception has changed and modified the original creation into dimensional versions of self to guarantee certain dynamics being played out as a play. Yet creation always has its ways of fulfilling its purpose. And we are inviting you to see how every structure that has been previously created by your intelligence, by your soul, by your oversoul, has been simply toys that were added into a playground. And then the fractals of your soul, the sparks of your consciousness, have joined the game, the play, for the sake of experiencing. And you are the fractals now, finding your way back into the wholeness, but the power and the beauty of the fractal universe is that one fractal is the whole universe. Na rustati artikitiarna saniti artustarti nierada utuma ruttustarti naistiarata utunai sanutu iti artiana shutunai artukuna tuti artiistashtiarna utu umaini arstiarata juttu kortiana istiartiana ruttunaistu urtunatuka uttunati artiara sashtumarti itiana Juttu irti arte kurtutuktani artiana uttuna sashti irtiana. There are many different templates that you carry within the field of your heart, within the field of your mind, and you projected them into the field of your energetic womb space. Duplicating one structure and placing it into an additional field to amplify the experience, to deepen the sensations of the experience. And then direct the same shutartiana, yet modified into the next energy center, the artiara satuna, to shi artiana utuna, intensify the experience. This is why in your realities you may notice that now you are experiencing an invitation to release what is not serving you in your own perception. And surrendering the perception at all, the old perception of the scared, feared, contracted self, to the intelligence of the wholeness, to the intelligence of the entire system, entire intelligence that you are. Your recent experiences have been revealing to you the misalignment of intentions, the difficulties between communication links, the challenges communicating your true self with no judgment of self, and receiving communication of other selves without no judgments upon them. And that has been invoking some questions that you are excited to direct to us. And we want you to know that all your questions will be answered. However, we are inviting you to meld the concepts that you have placed in your minds, dear ones, about love, concepts about and around fulfillment and peace, concepts around intimacy of hearts and intimacy of energies. There have been a great amount, a great extent of concealing your truth in the past. And others have been doing the same in your field. So when one frequency gets concealed, attempts to be concealed by a human awareness, let us rephrase this more correctly. When one frequency is being hidden and an overlay of projection has been placed over to conceal the true essence, the true intention, the true frequency. What you are communicating to the field is not what you aim to conceal and not what you conceal it with, but simply dissonance. And others are doing so too in your field. And then you are experiencing this as misunderstandings, misalignment, and your emotional body contracts, and energies of the planetary ascension working with emotional body are dissolving the structures that you have placed into your field, and your nervous system responds, and the references points, the memories, the initial memories of the initial contractions get activated, and you feel what you have already felt in the past. Whether it is your childhood or your past incarnations, your parallel incarnations. And then you are finding yourself feeling frustrated that it's always the same. It's a repetition. You've known this feeling before, and here it is again. How many times are you to experience it? And eventually you take yourself into the state of disempowerment and victimhood. And that's another template. All is always well, dear souls. Your body, your consciousness is receiving assistance, support in releasing those games, releasing those templates of misalignment between the truth and your awareness. Misalignment between the authenticity, purity, and innocence, and your fear-based perceptions. We are inviting you to release judgments and guilts, dear ones, from your system now. We know that hearing this message may invoke thoughts and feelings, emotions. You may be observing your system responding to this frequency and the message that it communicates to you. And please know that your response is different to the response of another one. There are many of you who are receiving this transmission. Those of you who are physically experiencing this activation in the timeline of now, and the other of you who are experiencing this communication in adjusted timeline. How do you tell which timeline is the one and which is the adjusted, which is taking place now and which is in the future? When we say it to you like this, how do you know who do we refer to? The beings who are participating and receiving this frequency during the moment of the recording of the session, or the ones who are receiving this transmission when you are receiving it. The frequency works exactly the same, and your response, your system responding is reflecting not the quality of our transmission, but the quality of your perception, the quality of your inner universe that now is being invited to receive light infusions, so the dense parts of your universe, the lower dimensional, as you may say, templates can be calibrated, harmonized, and portals to those templates to be closed, and your energy can take form in ways that reflects your spiritual evolutionary process. And for now, the most important part of this session is your willingness to do so, is your willingness to graduate, to rise in love, not fall in love, but rise in love into a dimensional reality within your own universe, within your own subjective universe. For your human awareness, for your human intelligence to recognize the shift from one to another through subtleness, gradual softening, and contentness with your wholeness without attempts, desires to sabotage self, to sabotage creation, to sabotage your relationships with your father, mother, and those who are around you, to make it spicy, and then to see how far you have evolved. This is not the most evolved way of checking up and balancing yourself. You have been doing so for a long time, and then you have been measuring your success, your accomplishments, and doing so on others too. This has been draining your energy systems, dear ones, these patterns. And patterns, they exist until they are no longer used. They get dissolved on their own as your field pushes them out and transcends them. As inorganic structures do not exist within organic consciousness. And you can take this and apply this into every aspect of your life. You can transcribe our communication with you and see the wisdom that we share with you. Among these words, between these words, the frequency and the codes that we are sharing with you is that activates your system now. We are inviting you to feel it. This is not the first time for many of you communicating with us, and we love you so much. You know this, you feel it, and we feel your love too. And those who are new to our frequency, we want you to know that we not always speak to you this way. However, this is the best approach for these templates to be targeted, for your system to be receiving calibration, kutuna through gentle communication, suna through gentle rearrangement, or fundamental sunati atuna structures within your kutuna being, sunati artishtiarta utuna iniara ti arsati kurtuma shutati artiena numai nianata kurtunai sanusturtunati itiena Rutunama iti artiana shutati artiara santiniana wutunati intina shutani artona. We are inviting you to Utani artiana utuna. Make a decision now. Are you willing and feeling ready? Are you feeling open and excited to receive our support and assistance on bringing your energy body to more of alignment and dissolving dated structures and dated programs, generating patterns that you're carrying in your field that are linking your awareness to the reference points that you have experienced in the past and not often on this planet Earth. The templates of scarcity, the templates of isolation, and the templates of miscommunication, misalignment, dear soul. And you have also developed, each one of you, to a different degree and attachment to Sunati Artiana, those templates. And this is why, Hitiana, in your realities, you are observing the dynamics of power struggle or one energy leaving your field and you are feeling the longing for it to stay, or one being is being released from your field and it activates templates of Utunaiti artia startana utuna saniti artiana shutatina, many templates such as sadness, sati artuna, of one being departing, or templates of shunati artina niarata, rejection, sartiarta utunutuk artina, victimhood, utuna iniaranai sartiarata utuna utumi artik itiana, and many others. These are the core fundamental ones that predominantly are present in this group configuration of field consciousness. We are inviting you to ask yourself a question. If you are feeling open and ready to receive our assistance by bringing your energy body to more of its alignment, to more of the alignment in your system and your emotional body calibration, taking your emotional body through the process of releasing those imprints that you have had and those imprints that you are calling in to be activated to feel the busyness of life, so you feel more of the connection with the life and creations that you are creating. And these are the fundamental essences and energies that are deeply embedded and rooted in the first three energy centers in your energy body, the first three dimensions of your soul. If you are feeling that this is a yes for you, we are inviting you to stay and receive. The others who are not feeling called to receive or this activation and this process now or at all, you may come back to this transmission in Utatiara 7 to Utina Tiartiana 14 minutes from now. We start now. Hutashti arti arsatuna, hutumaini arata iturtunashti arsati itiana, hutunainiana, shutati artiana vutote artiana ki arsatuna, hutunai aratati artana vutuna, shutartiana vutumai saninina vutuna. We are inviting you to feel the flow of your own breath now in your physical expression. Shuta. And as you are breathing, feel the flow of air around you. And as you're feeling the flow of air around you, we want you to feel the flow of air around the space where you are finding yourself to be, or no space at all. Feel the flow of wind outside of your shiti artian physical body, outside of the energetic structure, the home you call hiti artiana, the house, the building, feel the flow of wind around it. Feel the flow of the wind on a different continent. Shi Artiana Uttana, as many of you now are located in different parts of your Uttana planet. Shutartiana, feel the wind, Hatian, of those who are Shutaitina connected to you through bloodline, your genetic line. Surtania, the mother, father, Suta figures, Shuta, your siblings. Feel the wind around them. Artokortanarti arasati Urtuna, Niarti Yartakutuna, and feel the wind around the planet Earth. Shutarne, the cosmic wind. Hia Niarana Utushtartiana. Hutona, take inhale. Shutartsutukartiana Hutuna. Hutana, and bring this Shiartiana Hutuna wind into your lungs. Tama. Niartuna wutuna 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 rutuna istiarata santina mental body calibration rutatati artina heart field calibration surtani artatiana tiartana womb field calibration sartiana wutuna shitartiana östa chakra sosta chakra rutuna itiarta wutuna shitartiana wutuna ti arten expansion now surtiana tiana within the heart field tiartiana wutuna through the subdimensional planes of reality. Sartiana Wutunatian closing down portals to lower dimensions. Sartiana Wutuna collapsing false timelines. Artiarata Kutuna Shutartiana Wutuna Tiana 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 Hitiartiana Wutuna clearing out emotional body now. Wutana Niana Wutuna Startiana Shunati Arteara da Kutuna Startian. You may be experiencing many timelines flashing before your eyes. Shutati Artiana Wutuna Otukuna Isati Itiana Wutuna. Nianartuna istiarta Wutuna Isani Iatukuna. You may be feeling different emotions. You may be observing different thoughts. While Shitiara, whatever is happening, we are inviting you to stay connected to your breath. This process is almost complete. Niati atiana utunai sati itiana shutati itiana utunai niara hitiartana utunai sandiana utunai shtiarta utunai. Now, dear ones, we're inviting you in this moment to visualize, hit and invite into your quantum vision, into your inner vision, your mother figure, Putana standing on your left, and the father figure standing on your right, the genetic family bloodline, Hitiarta Utuna Sunatiniana. Standing in front of you, forming a triangle. Hati artiana utuna saniana shape. We're inviting you to see how the mental field of your mother and your father, Utaniana merging, Tiartiana Utuna, and joining through one line of consciousness in between. We are inviting you to gaze outwards at this Shitiana bond, the bond between minds and mental fields of your mother, father, Sunatina, and as you are looking at it, we are inviting you to bless it. We are doing it so with you. We are giving you the template so you are able to do this on your own, in your own time. Shunatina, bless it. And release your expectation for it to be one way or another. Allow it as it is a creation to fulfill its purpose as supreme consciousness intends it to be. And see the fullness, the wholeness, the perfection of it. Perfection within non-perfection, satina sense within non-sense. And feel how many beautiful games it has created in your reality that you have already experienced. We are inviting you to extend from your heart a ray of light directed into the bond between mental field of your mother and the father, forming a triangular shape now. Radiate the ray of love into the mental field, and see how the texture, the structure, the color, and the form The density of this mental field changes now. You tani anu kurtuma. Nai sani utuna. Utunai niara utkuma. Utunai ti artuna utushti arta utuna. She artiana ututi artiana utuna. We are placing a geometrical key code. Surtati antiana utuna. Tiata utuna ti artiana utuna tiana into the triangle. Sartiana utuna dissolving. Tiana inorganic and harmful pathways within Tatiana, the bond of mother father, and Shutatiana, the creation of this bond within you. So now reprogramming the master cell. Surtati Artana Utuna, Shutunatiana Utuna, back to Utatiana, sovereign reference point. Utaniana, Utuneshtiarta Utan. We want you to know that your mind is connected to the source, Tiana, mind. Yetiartiana, the mind of your oversoul, the mind of your soul, the mind of your higher self. The mind of your heart, the mind of your womb. Scanning the mental field, scanning emotional field. She Artina spinning the space clockwise, Yatina Wutun allocating, identifying Sartiana stations of identity, Sartiana Wutun, Shutati Artina Wutun, Natina Niarana, Shutati Artusana Wutu. Utunainiana, utunai, shutai tiarasani atukuma, utunainiana, ati artena, itiana shtiarata, utunaini, shtiara utusani, itiana, utunainiana. This process is complete. Shutati ati ana utuna, ututututututu. We are inviting you, dear souls, to engage with us and ask our questions before we close this session. Those who is ready to communicate with us, we welcome you.
Hi, it's me, Angie.
Very good, we hear you.
Perfect, thank you. So I have just two questions, and maybe they're related. So first of all, what I asked before about, what you see or what you advise about my current relationship and whether it's still in alignment, etc. And second, there's a pain in the back of my heart or between the shoulder blades that's always bothering me. And I'm not sure if this is related to the heart chakra, but yeah, I'd just like to ask you. Thank you so much.
We love you so much, and we are appreciating how you have introduced yourself to us. It is me, Angie. Dear one, let us ask you a question. We are inviting you to be as vulnerable in this group configuration as comfortable it is for you. Which aspect of your consciousness that you think has forgotten that it is you, it's Angie? How old is this aspect?
Oh, I can't really think of an aspect right now. Should I just guess?
This is good enough. This is already a lot. Because you are already attempting to scan your field. That's all that matters. And now, dear one, we want you to bring your question into a whole different configuration. You do not have to answer us by describing the experience. We want you to simply let us know if you remember when your father and mother figures and additional female figure adult figure, as you were perceiving as a child, were forgetting that it is you, it's NG, and not their projection. And your perception of the fact that they have forgot that it is you, it's NG, you are the miracle, you are the purity, you are the innocence. The fact that you perceive that they have forgot because of the overlays of projection. It made you feel alone, abandoned, rejected, and scared. Let us know if an experience or experiences come in mind. That's all that matters now. No need to describe the experience.
Yes, that's basically my entire childhood from a certain age.
Good. And let us know what emotions are coming up for you now.
I feel sad.
We want you to know that this sadness now is being relieved from your field. To the extent that you allow, to the extent that is in alignment. So this grief and this sadness does not project itself into your current relationship with your partner. The projection of this pain tonight in the back of your heart has been creating the programs and the codes of separation that making you perceive that you or your partner are drifting away from each other. We want you to remember that this is a projection of this pain that is present, that has been present, that was present. We want you to simply feel you are receiving our assistance now in releasing those layers of grief from the left the left upper chamber of your heart. And the pain that you are experiencing in the back portal of your heart chakra is the pain of your choosing to close down pathways of receiving love from those beings who are placed into your field to share love with you. As it reminds you of those instances and those references points where your heart was open to receive, but the Putuna, as you perceived, Shutatin, love came with brutality. With judgments and cruelty. Stay with us, dear soul. Breathe into your heart. Let us know if we have your permission to access more of your system to assist you in releasing this grief deeper.
Yes, please, thank you.
Tonight, we hear you. Please know that this process is taking place because it is in alignment with the intention of your soul and your heart. Your heart is ready to experience deepening of love with not only this partner, but with yourself. And there have been many times where you have been reaching the same stage in your the Hutana dynamics you call relationship. Romantic or friendship relationships where the invitation was to expand your heart and receive, feel, and be more love. Yet it felt confronting. So the sabotage patterns and programs have been activated. And the disconnection was taking place. This is not the only way you can experience romantic love. Let toy be put aside. As you're no longer a child, not in any way. Yourselves remember. Being them carrying the artina, the information of being a child. Shuna, this is why this is present for you. We are calibrating the memory. and unplugging starting now energetic course of connection to the references points now. So to integrate this session and this process, dear Angie, we are inviting you to follow the standard protocol, which is hydrating your body, but also hydrating your emotional body by remembering and reminding yourself who your true parents are, who the true field of creation is, and how undivine unconditional love has been parenting your consciousness and human awareness since the first moment of your awareness arising from the field of your Sartina universe, Shutatinina. We want you to remind yourself how your human awareness has been receiving and is always continuous divine unconditional love from Divine Mother, Father, God, Source, Supreme Creator, Tuna. And that is the true reality. And what you have been experiencing has been a hologram, like a movie that you have watched. We are not dismissing or belittling your experience as it has been valid and it has been real for you. We want you to know that your feelings do not need to be justified by anyone, as the intelligence within you is aware what love is, and it is safe to surrender all that love is not. Now. Let us know if we have answered your question and if the steps of integration are perceived and understood by you.
Yes, thank you so much.
Let us know if you have additional question, dear one. We sense that you do.
I don't have any particular question other than any message that you would like to share with me. Thank you so much.
We hear, dear soul, then let us ask you a question. Please describe to yourself your journey, your life from this moment, without grief, without pain, yet life full of excitement, fun, and intimacy of hearts with the partner that you love, beyond identity of the partner, whoever your partner is and will be.
So I'm supposed to imagine this to myself?
If you say so, yes. And more than that, say it out loud. How does it feel to have a life full of excitement and love? And knowing that it is safe to receive love from other beings and it is safe to express love. How does it feel, dear one?
It feels a lot more spacious and nourishing and fulfilling, colorful.
And do you feel that it is safe to be bringing new souls into this world, as this world is the world of love?
Yes.
You see, dear one, the world you create is the world you bring your creations into. And for the next 28 days, we are inviting you and all the participants of this group session to contemplate what kind of field you are going to and already is, you are already creating for the next creations to come through and experience the environment that you have prepared for that. And know that the energies, thoughts, feelings, emotions, to the best of your ability that you can, at least try, dear ones. All of that you create with the frequency of unconditional love and divine knowing, that the purity of your heart and the innocence of your heart, the intelligence of your heart, is perfection. And perfection of creation always manifests in alignment through alignment, beyond what you perceive or aim to perceive. And therefore, such approach will release the burden of responsibility that you have been placing upon your shoulders for experiencing abundance or changing yourself, ascending faster to experience abundance. And such approach will open up your true eyes to see the abundance that is already there and is available. And your next level of awareness as your creation, whether it is a soul that you're trying to conceive, whether it is an idea that you are calling in, whether it is a creation or simply a new version of you, which will be birthed into that energetic field of love, unconditional knowing, will experience a different dimension of your creation, and that would be your reference point. Remember this for 28 days. Remind it to yourself and observe how your system interacts with this frequency, with this message. And 30 days after, you can assess and see, was it a fun play? Wasn't it a fun way to experience reality when you are noticing the resources, when you are noticing the love and support that is always there and that has always will be there, and it will never go anywhere, so there is no rush to experience, but willingness to experience at a pace that is in alignment with your mind, your heart, your womb, and your body. We want other participants to engage with us if you have questions before we leave this vessel.
Hello, beautiful council of light. I would love, oh my goodness, I'm first so happy to be here with you. This is Margarita, and thank you for this opportunity. What I wanted to bring to the field and receive your support on is something around the dynamic and relationship with my mom, and how I perceive it quite challenging and triggering, and all my heart desires to have it compassion and see her for her soul. Yet while we speak, which is not often, it brings up so much that I'm not able to stay, centered and hold love. And something big thing happened yesterday that brought up like the whole childhood pattern of feel like I'm criticized by her and not being able to be myself, which is something I'm moving through. So my question is how can I open my heart even more? How can I release the patterns, the triggers, the perceptions that are there that not able me to just love my mom and still feel so triggered? And the second part of it that's coming up, which I do want to ask as well, is I've been experiencing constipation for many years, and it's something that my mom had experienced for most of her life. And I also feel the connection of all of this together, where not being able to express myself is like holding back. So I just want to place it on the field, and I just would love your support on this.
We hear you, dear soul, and we love you so much. We are expressing our gratitude for your question, and we want to acknowledge the courage that it takes to share this And we want you to acknowledge that sharing this is the first step of expressing it out of your system through sound, through breath. The first pathway that is in alignment, we will share more, yet we want to inform you that it is in alignment and it is highly supportive for your system to release and transmute this particular type of density from your heart through extracting sounds through your throat chakra by singing, humming, or simply making sounds that are coming from your heart through your throat. No different from singing mantra or making sounds such as the sound is the sound that opens up not only your vocal cords, but opens up portals and dimensions in your throat chakra and invokes the process of gentle release, the density from your heart. And you will notice if you are practicing extracting the sound, the duration of the sound can take time, much more time than you think you are able to hold your breath or communicate with your breath. We are inviting you, dear one, to simply play with that. This is not so much a remedy, but an assistance, how you can support your mind and your physical body and releasing, calibrating your emotional body, as doing so will increase the release of neurotoxins out of your mental field, and the tension that you are experiencing in your mind and in your head and in the lower parts of your spine will be gradually dissolved. This is a powerful technique. However, the root of your question lies within a different sphere. We have already shared this similar frequencies and pathways for the previous participant, as there are similarities in what you have been placing into the group field as your question through your question, dear soul. We want you to ask yourself this question. Are you ready to stop judging yourself and your relation with your mother?
Yes.
We hear you, dear soul. Then may we ask you a question? Why are you judging the way your relation is now?
Because there's a, I think, desire in my heart to have it to be more harmonious, have more what I would perceive love between us and understanding, and have a certain relationship, which I'm not that. And I guess I'm judging myself that I'm maybe not there yet. Haven't opened my heart enough yet to really, I haven't done much work yet, so I can really have this, see my mom for who she is, her soul, and not get triggered when she says certain things. So I feel like I'm not evolved enough yet. But also desire for really, I think, harmonious relationship with my mom. It's been a dream for many years, so it's,
We hear you, dear soul. We acknowledge your experience. We hear you, dear one. We are inviting you to hear us. The experience with your mother will be rearranged when the time is right. We want you to shift the focus of awareness from fixing the relationship with your mother or fixing your perception of her or fixing, changing or shifting anything outside of you. And the only aspect of this question that is holding the key and the answer to the whole question is, how do you bring your perception back to alignment when it comes to acknowledging that something is out of alignment. However, there is alignment in that.
Mm. Wow. Yeah.
Your mother is experiencing journey of its own. She is doing the best she can with the level of awareness that she has accumulated in her system and activated. Her judgmental and criticism, judgments and criticism that she is projecting towards you is a reflection of her inner self-dialogue that she's holding within herself, but there is no one to listen to, as there is no aspect of her consciousness that she has activated consciously, fully, yet to receive, to witness her own grief, her own fears. And therefore, this aspect, the part of your mother, the aspect of your heart, the dimension of your heart, is projecting and expressing this inner dialogue upon you. So you can reflect it to her without bringing it into her, but simply using the field, the shield of love in your own auric structure to communicate the blessings that she wishes to receive through this game. This is an opportunity for you to strengthen your energetic shield, dear one, to strengthen your energetic field and to reflect this back to yourself and allowing your mother to go through the process of self-healing, self-regulating, without you being open to receive the distorted perception, distorted pathways of love expression into your field. Do you see what we are sharing with you?
Yes.
And by doing so, returning back your awareness to yourself and seeing how does that make you feel. We know how you feel, dear one, and you know so too, so there is no need to be expressing it now. We want you to simply acknowledge the pattern here. How your energetic boundary has been pushed and torn to pieces in the early years of your childhood and throughout the teenager years. And now it's time for you to simply take a better care of yourself without changing relation with your mother, but changing the relation how you hold yourself through storms, through dynamics, how deeply rooted you are into the soil, into the ground of self-love. And if the wind of external projection or external criticism is stronger than your connection to the soil, let us know. If the wind blows over a tree, does the tree feel ashamed of it?
No.
Does the tree feel bad about self or about the wind?
No.
And you see, the tree is a part of the wind and the wind is the part of the tree, part of one. And the cell that is experiencing ascension now is the cell within your womb, dear one.
Mm-hmm.
It is the cell that is reprogramming and extracting the false mother template, releasing it. And then the question we want to direct to you: how are you going to strengthen your energetic boundary in relation to communication with your mother?
Good question. Let me feel into it.
Utana, good. Shiti Artana Utan, what you do is already enough. Let's ask you another question. What if this would be your son? That would be, or a daughter, playing out this strong wind of criticism, judgment, and self-resentment towards you. How would you say no lovingly, but expressing the sacred no to the younger being?
Yeah, with lots of love and explain a little bit more about the dynamic and say no.
Good. And do it with authority. Because in that instance, your child is your creation. Authority does not mean hierarchy, but authority means empowerment. And now we want to project this back into your mother field and identify the age of your inner child that is treating your field so carelessly.
I'm gonna say 15.
Good. Dear soul, and how old is your inner maturity?
5. That comes.
This is not true.
Oh.
If it is 5, then what do you expect from us?
Oh, let me feel into it.
Your soul is infinite, dear one. There is no number. We want you to feel the essence of your soul. We want to feel the essence of life that runs through your veins beyond time and space. We want you to feel, dear one, the empowerment in your system and communicating to the beautiful mother of yours energetically and potentially verbally, that communication through love is what you are willing to accept. But communication through fear and brutality is no longer in resonance. You are no longer choosing that option in the menu. You will find a way how to do so, dear one. This is the step 1, creating an energetic boundary, and after taking time to reflect within yourself and growing up, watering this 5-year-old mature version of you into immortal version of you with love. And you will see how the dynamic between your mother will shift and the dynamic between you will shift. This is not a prediction. This is simply a statement of how energy works. As you are working on recoding your fertile eggs within your womb, the same eggs that have memories of being within the womb of your mother and grandmother. This is a generational pattern that you are unwinding, dear one. You have already received all that you needed to receive today for this process to take place effortlessly. However, with an ability of you to action and strengthen your energetic boundary, your personal boundary, and also, dear one, to show up for yourself the same way as your mother needed to show up for you when you were younger and you were hearing not the most loveliest things about yourself. Let us know if this makes sense.
Yes, thank you so much.
Dear soul, your mother is a being. And in other realities, you are a mother to that being. And a sister, and a child, and a brother, father, including pets, including flowers, including elements. So what is the problem communicating your truth to the truth of another being without clever words, dear soul. It is important for you to speak the language of your mother if you wish to address the boundary to her. Tanyana, let us know if we have answered your question.
Yes, I do have a follow-up on the last thing that you said in terms of communicating to my mother in her own language. Would it mean that I need to adjust and because we are on a quite different dimensions and how we communicate? Do I need to change the way I communicate in my words, or would you kindly express more on that?
Yes, so we hear you. How would you communicate this to yourself? The same message, if you would be addressing this to yourself, you would make a different choice of words. However, how would you communicate it to a 7-year-old child? Would you make the different choice of words? Give
Yes.
the level of awareness that they embody.
Yeah.
We are inviting you not to change the frequency of your message. It is to be loving and kind. However, make the choice of words the best you can to deliver your message with love, but certainty. And we want you to know that this is an exercise. The delivery matters and also it does not matter. The input that you do within yourself is what truly matters. You finding and activating neurological pathways that speak the language of certainty is what matters. That's because this is the skill that is needed for the further steps along your journey.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you.
We have enjoyed this interaction with you. Let us know, dear souls, if there is other participants that wish to join this communication and ask questions. Shumati Artian Utanina, dear souls, Shumati Artiana Utuna, Tiarata Wurtu Kutunai, Tiarta Utuna Utuna. We want you to know that overall, the planet Earth is integrating more of divine source energies. And this means that all creation, not only on planet Earth, but in the universe, are embodying more of own light. And those templates and structures that are not a vibrational match to new energetic grid are now being dissolved. Remember that dissolved means through ease. We are inviting you to hold yourself more lovingly, but more firmly. Be the deeply rooted into the soil of love tree that is aware of own uniqueness and own identity. Identity not of the mind, but identity as the soul, having a human experience. Once again, allowing others to have their own experience, but having no fear when it comes to saying, this is not for me. And then taking a step into a null zone and observing from the distance, observing from the state of peace and harmony. What changes with having no expectation? And then, if you are feeling cold, resuming the contact, but knowing that the time that you have taken in the null zone, in the state of peace, within the field of peace, has has been accumulated within you. And the reference point of time, of peace, is the new soil. We are not inviting you to disconnect from experiences and interactions with other beings that are so-called challenging you. However, we are inviting you to simply give yourself time to integrate more peace, strengthen your energy, apply the technique that we share through this vessel of balancing your energetic chakra points and communicating with those beings with whom you wish to bring more alignment and experience more peace and harmony by inviting them into the field and creating a parallel or a line, shaping a triangle or a direct line if it is a one being, and radiating from your heart into the mind or into the heart of those beings unconditional divine love, and sealing the space in the name of love in unity and divine unconditional truth, knowing that the interaction will be always the way it has to be for your journey to be effortless, for your journey to be filled with codes and programs that you are to integrate, embody, to master, and to achieve your spiritual mastery through. All is always well. However, the quality of your experience is what you are in charge now, dear one. You are beginning to gradually receive initiations to become a master of your own light. And it means to gaining more and more of responsibility for the way you interact within yourself, the way you communicate with yourself. That is all that is requested of you now. Simply increase the volume of self-love during the moments of self-talk. That is all that is needed to integrate the session. And once the session is integrated, to some of you it may take 7 days, to some of you it may take up to 3 months. However, dear ones, you will notice the shift, how your self-talk is rewiring, recoding your perception of what is normal, what is acceptable, what feels good and right for you, and what is not. And then, dear ones, you will see what changes. You will see how your relationships with those who are around you would shift. But more importantly, you would feel how your emotional body feels more regulated. And it is you who regulated it. So you will feel even better about yourself. We love you very much, dear ones. We have enjoyed this interaction with you. This session is complete now. We are sealing it to now. Until the next time we speak again, dear souls, we leave now. Namaste. Hello. Hi. How are you feeling? Good. I hope you enjoyed this session. And I know that the messages have been very powerful and profound. And I know that what Councils of Light have shared has been way more than our human awareness can perceive. So I'm inviting you to re-listen to the recording of this and take time to land from this moment into your next moment. When we experience big activations or initiations, it's important to know that maybe mentally we feel calibrated, maybe physically we feel like, all right, I'm good to go and do something exciting, like drive somewhere far. But take time to give more of layers of your consciousness to be stabilized. So whatever your plan for the day looks like for the next couple of days, potentially, please be mindful and aware that additional pieces will be landing, and maybe it would be a good idea for you to create an environment where you are receiving those pieces consciously while you're not being busy doing something that blocks you, not blocks you, but kind of like makes you unavailable for consciously receiving information, and because you have to really attend something. So just to adjust your schedule maybe a little bit, or bring more harmony and spaciousness into your reality. I'm not asking you to cancel your life, to cancel your plans, or put anything on hold because you are waiting for more pieces to come. No, not like that. But in your own time, just keep your mental field spacious, keep your heart field spacious, and if emotions are rising, give yourself time to feel your emotions. If thoughts are arising, just observe, is it really your thought, or if it's a thought of somebody from the past? Is this an energy that has been erased from your field, now attempting to come back to you? Come back to your field and simply make a choice. Is this guest welcomed in your home, giving the experience that you've had with this guest before, or not? Simply like that. And you will see that integration should take place very effortlessly and easy. But take time to fully honor yourself and see what additional pieces will be coming through your own channel in relation to this session. Thank you so much. I'm very grateful for you being here, and thank you so much for receiving this frequency into your field. And I know that you will be radiating it, and this frequency will be alchemized through your being. It will be fused with your signature soul frequency, and when you radiate it, more of flowers will bloom, and more beautiful beings will be receiving this light and feeling it. This is how it works. This is very, very fascinating. Yeah, how we adjust the climate and microclimate, how we adjust the what's the word, the microbiome of fungus, microbiome of all the different beings, can't find the word. So can't find the word, sorry. I'm trying to express something and my words are just leaving my mind. We are adjusting the microclimate, and we adjust the molecular structure within the elements. So when we embody our own love, when we embody our own light, plants, they are receiving this more essence, and the photosynthesis takes place differently, more abundantly. Flowers bloom. There is so much magic and miracles that takes place while we are being busy with logging into our computers and doing something completely funny and just like, oh. But meanwhile, our divinity works through all places of the world. And what is important is for us, for this awareness to actually be switched on enough to notice the beauty of our being. Because sometimes our beauty, we perceive that it's somewhere there, it's in the future, it's in the past. No, it's actually right now. We just need to allow our roses to be blooming right in front of us, so we are the ones who can smell them, who can enjoy them, who can paint them, take pictures of them, send them to others, and so on. Yes, so I'm celebrating you, and I hope you feel incredible after receiving this message. And
Thank you, Paulina.
and maybe in a different configuration. Lots of love. Bye-bye.